Hello and welcome. This week the content is all being made for Midpoint for Women. If you have entered perimenopause, menopause stage in your life and you are looking for some help and support, I highly recommend heading over and meeting Fiona and the team at Midpoint for Women. Find them on Facebook mainly, but I'm sure she's about on Instagram as well. So let me introduce myself. I'm Katie Chittenden. I'm based in Kent in the UK and I am a personal stylist. I've been working with Midpoint for Women for a few years now. I met them at the Wellness Festival in Detton Showground and she invited me to come and be part of the team where we come in and we deliver content to help support women going through perimenopause and menopause. There's pelvic floor coaches, we've got breathwork coaches, nutritionalists. Fiona delivers regular workouts in there via Zoom. It's a great place to be. And there's more people. There's people who deal with skin. I talk about makeup. There's hair as well. Obviously our hair can change. I know it. Mine's definitely thinning. So it's a really great place to be to get that support. So let's get started. This week I will be delivering content on colour analysis, style analysis, scale and proportion, because there isn't just 7 different body shapes. We're going to talk about understanding your personal style and what that means. I will be delivering a sun-kissed glow makeup workshop as well, so I'll give you the information you need in that private group to make sure you've got everything you need if you want to follow along with me. Obviously everything's recorded on YouTube, so you can come and find it any time, but I'll be delivering the content by 1 o'clock every day this week. And if you've been here for a while, I know we've got some people who've been here for a while and we've got some newbies as well, then I will be adding in some more interesting information on colour for you, or for all of you, about the psychology of colour. Makeup colours, you name it, keep watching. There's lots of really cool information coming your way. Today, let me tell you what I'm wearing, and I'm going to do that every day. I'm wearing some vegan cork leather earrings from Trend Tonic. These are really versatile. I'm sure I'll talk more about them, but each item comes off, can be turned around, you can stack them differently. My necklace, which says hangry, because I always am, is also from Trend Tonic. And then I know how much Fiona loves pink, and so do I. So I've actually put a band t-shirt on today, especially for Fiona. Let me give you a little bit of info about me. So first of all, I am based in Maidstone in Kent. I deliver one-to-one group sessions, face-to-face, workshops, online and in person. And I came to colour analysis a few years back now. In fact, I trained 10 years ago next year in 2027, November. It all started with my mum. So my mum was a manager of a shop called PIA, P-I-A. They're still about online, check them out. They're a really nice jewellery company that do gold and silver and semi-precious stones and really beautiful pieces. She was a manager in a shop, and a lady walked into her shop one day, and my mum and her customer service, she was massive. She was really up there with her customer service skills. So a lady walked into the shop one day and she pulled out a colour wallet. And my mum's asked her if she can help and what she can do for her. And she's gone, yes. She said, I need to buy some jewellery. It has to be gold because I can only wear gold. And the gemstone needs to be one of these colours. And so one thing led to another, and she got talking about how she'd had her colours done. And my mum remembers from the 80s when Colour Me Beautiful were about, and you could have your colours done and be a spring, a summer, an autumn, a winter. And she thought, that's it, I'm going to invest in myself, I'm going to save up and I'm going to go and have it done. And you could see the transformation in her. She said it was really liberating, going back and clearing her wardrobe out and understanding that process. She went back and had her style done as well. And from then on, she always, whether she was in a more relaxed outfit or dressed up for work, would always look fantastic. And you know when people just look like they can do it in a really easy kind of way, and you kind of think, oh, I try so hard, and yet they look fabulous and they don't look like they've really even tried. It sort of all came down to that. And then a few weeks or months later, my sister, who is younger and very opposite to me, I'm creative, she's a QS, she was in that sort of male-led industry, going to London, having to wear suits, and found that she resorted to just wearing dresses all the time because she didn't know how to put tops and bottoms together. And so it surprised me, but she went and had her colour and style done. And she started to really understand how to put pieces together to help her look great, feel fantastic, not always spend a lot. I remember her saying she dressed head to toe in Primark, and she got out the car one day and one of the guys said, just giving her a funny look, and sort of said, have you done something to your hair? And she hadn't had her hair done, he just couldn't put his finger on it, but she just looked fantastic. She'd obviously levelled up with her look and she felt great about it. And even to this day, still uses the systems that she's been taught. So, why does colour analysis work and how does it work? So, colour analysis is based on our hair, skin and eye colour as a combination. And it looks at whether we have lighter colourings, darker colourings, if we have a warmer undertone, a cooler undertone, if we're better in bright, high contrasting colours or soft, muted tones. And using your hair, skin and eye, we can determine this through the process of colour analysis, which I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to talk you through the 6 dominant colours, which we'll talk about a bit more in a minute. But the idea is that colours can either harmonise or they can clash. They can work together or they can really fight. And so with our colourings of our hair, skin and eye, if we put the right colour under our face, the light that reflects up is either going to balance and harmonise or it's going to cause lots of issues. And it really, really does make a huge impact. So when you're wearing the wrong colours, it can make you look tired, washed out, sallow. It can increase the signs of fine lines, tiredness under the eyes, age spots, you name it, all those things that we look at in the mirror and we're putting a little bit more makeup on and we're hiding this and disguising that, and you know, those sort of feelings are really knocking our confidence as well, compared to days where we put tops on, maybe a lipstick on, and everything works, everything harmonises, and it really lifts our complexion. It can make us look healthier, it can make us look slimmer when we put an outfit together using colour and colour theory. It can help your eyes to pop more. It can even, in some cases, make women look like they've actually got a natural lipstick on compared to not having any lip colour. So it's a really, really interesting process. I trained with Colour Me Beautiful, who back in the day used to offer a seasonal system. That is where we would then find out if we were autumn, spring, summer or winter, which I'm going to talk more about in a minute, because that's how me, my mum and my sister first came into colour. And although it was still amazing, it was, you know, life-changing for all 3 of us in different ways, is actually not as good as the tonal system, in my opinion. So Colour Me Beautiful decided that they were fitting too many different people into too fewer categories, just the 4 outcomes. So they went back to the drawing board and they had a little look and decided to move it around, shift it around and create what we now call the tonal system, which has 12 outcomes. So it means it's more bespoke to the individual. Let me tell you a story to help explain it a bit more. So me and my mum were actually both made a spring, and we got our spring wallets and our spring colours and we had a great time with them. However, there's some colours in there that don't quite sit that well on me and some colours in there that don't sit so well on my mum. We're both blonde, we both have blue eyes and we both have fair skin, but I have really, really light, bright, almost cool based hair. There's no real golden glow to my hair, whereas my mum is a real golden blonde. The skin, I'm quite a neutral to pale, fair skin, and I have to be careful in the sun. My mum has more of a golden. She is fair, but she has more of a tanned golden skin, especially in the summer. And then for our eyes, you'll notice, even behind my glasses, that my eyes have got quite a strong white and they have quite a pop to the blue. My eyes pop. Whereas my mum has slightly different blues and greys and a softer set eye. So when we, as you'll see in a minute, go through and have the colours done, yes, we're both great in light, bright colours, but she is light, I'm light. She is light warm, I am light cool, and then I am a light cool bright. I can wear light cool colours in contrast, whereas she is light warm and soft. And so if I show you an example of the colour wallets, and the one which is worn out is my one, if you get an idea here of a light and a cool, and you can see there's no yellows, no oranges, there are no blacks, no really golden browns, you can see here, compared to, if I can fan them out and compare them together, these lovely, lovely light but warm colours, of which she will not be wearing them in a harsh contrasting way. She would wear them in a more soft way. So very similar but subtle differences that just work even better on us. So let's go along and have a little look at what we call our dominant. So the dominant is that I'm a light. You're going to be either a light, a deep, a warm, a cool, a bright, or a soft. So that's what I can talk you through today, and you can try and understand what you are. If you are in midpoint for women, you're welcome to reach out to me and I will guide you through a process where we can get some really good selfies of you just between me and you, and I can use my digital drapes to give you your dominant colour analysis and advise you on a few colours to try and a few to ignore for all those people just in midpoint for women. But otherwise, let's go through it and have a look at the 6 dominant types. In a full colour, we're looking at your dominant, then we're looking at your secondary, and then we're looking at your tertiary. So bear in mind that you are either going to be light or deep. You can only be one, light or deep. You're either going to be warm or cool based, you can only be one, and you're either going to be bright or soft. I might use the word clear or bright, I might use the word soft or smoky, same thing. And then we want to know in which order of importance, what's the most important thing about you? So for me, I'm top on light. The first thing you notice is how light I am, my light blonde hair. And then the secondary thing is that I'm cool, and my tertiary is that I'm bright. And this is all explained in a full colour. But anyway, let's crack on and have a look at the 6 dominant colour types. This is a light panel. So to be a light, you need to have fair complexion, so light skin. You need to have light to medium blonde hair, medium blonde to light hair, and you need to have light coloured eyes, so blue, green, grey, topaz, all those sort of colours. And you'll notice this should sit quite nicely on me because I'm a light. I'm top end light because my hair is so light, but this is my best colours. And remember, you don't have to like these, it's about whether these like you. These are just put together as a test to see where you sit. So now watch what happens when I put the deep panel on. You should notice I go from looking healthy to more tired, washed out, and I am a bit tired today, but you'll notice I look more tired under the eyes, I look more washed out and heavy and shadowy and shady compared to this. So even if I'm ill, I'm tired, whatever it is I'm suffering with, I know these colours are really going to help lift me. Equally, if we look good, we're going to look our best selves if we haven't got tired, puffy, hay fever eyes. So this is your light, this is your deep, and hopefully you can see the difference. To be a deep, you can have any colour skin to be a deep. It's all about your hair and your eyes. So you need a medium brown to dark brown or even black eye, and medium brown, dark brown or even black hair. It's all about the depth of the hair and eyes. And they're going to look good in black, but I always recommend something else other than black. Whereas a light won't get black in her colours. And I do talk about black a lot, and it's only because so many people, when I meet them, resort to black. So it's good to know if it's a colour that you should be using or not. And stick around to the end where I'm going to let you know a couple of colours for each dominant colour type and a couple of what we call cheat colours or universal colours. So next up, we've done light, we've done deep. We're going to go for what we call a warm lady or man. So here, what's happening to my skin here should be making me look a bit more sallow. So this is what we call warm, and to be a warm, you need to have porcelain, freckled, olive or golden black skin. And then your hair is typically red. You're typically a redhead. So auburn, chestnut, really golden brown, maybe even a brassy blonde. And then the eyes can be blue, green, grey, topaz. But yeah, it's when a redhead walks into the room is when you see a warm. And again, all these gorgeous colours. This is teal. Teal is going to work for most of us. And people say, oh, but I can't wear mustard. It might be that it's just not one of your best friends. If you were a warm bright, for example, it's not the brightest colour. But if you're a warm soft, that would be better. And you find out your secondary and tertiary in a full colour analysis. Opposite of our warm ladies are our cool ladies. So you might say this doesn't look too bad on me, but it's a little bit heavy. It's not the best colour. So this is, to be a cool, you need to have cool skin. You typically burn easy, whereas warms, other than a porcelain, typically tan quite well. So to be a cool, you need to have alabaster, porcelain, or cool base skin like blue-black skin. Your hair needs to have no warmth to it as well. So salt and pepper, grey, if we dye it pink or purple, black, brown with no warm undertones, all the way through to, again, blue-black. If you put a picture of Eddie Murphy next to Beyonce's really golden skin, you'll really start to see a blue undertone in him naturally. So that's our cool ladies. And really a little bit obvious here, but the cool ladies can take silver and the warm ladies can take gold. And last two we have bright. So with this panel, what you might notice is I'm asking you to look at my face, but actually it's really hard and it's distracting, and you want to look down at the panel. This is the colour wearing me instead of me wearing the colour. To be a bright, you need to have really bright eyes. I talked about me having some brightness in my eyes because they pop, but typically these people, you notice their eyes before you notice anything else. With me, you notice my hair before you notice my eyes. They're a jewel-like quality to them. They have a really strong white to the colour. They can be black, they can be bright blue, they can be all sorts of different colours, but they just have this sparkly gem-like quality to them. And it's about the contrast. So typically they have a dark hair to a bright eye. Skin can be any colour. I always say these ladies can wear black and white stripes, but you put black and white stripes on anyone else and it'll be wearing them. And then last but not least, we have our soft and smoky ladies. Again, quite a lot to do with the eyes here, but the difference is these ladies, when I say how do you describe the colour of your eyes, we'll say they are muddy, they change colour, they're two colours, and they have little contrast between hair, skin and eye. So imagine Amanda Holden with her golden skin, her golden hair, and probably a brown golden eye. Little contrast between hair, skin and eye. They look great in a lipstick because it adds a bit of contrast in. You can get cooler types, so you could have someone with maybe a salt and pepper hair, a pale skin and a grey blue eye, for example. So let me go through and just share those colours for you. If you are a light, go away, if you think you're a light, go away and try, I've got my notes here, soft white, periwinkle and light navy. It could be white trousers with a navy t-shirt and a periwinkle cardigan. It could be navy trousers with a white shirt and a periwinkle jacket, for example. If you're a deep, go away and try some soft white, blush pink and dark navy. If you are a warm, try chocolate. There's a lot about at the moment. Chocolate, soft white and turquoise. If you are a cool, try charcoal. Now you can wear black, but try charcoal instead of black, white and cornflower blue. If you are a bright, try white, black, brown, which looks lovely on you with bright periwinkle. If you're a soft, go for soft white. You can't wear white, it's too strong for you. Sage and rose brown. And then if I can find the page in my book, we've got some colours that are universal that everybody can try. And I remember that, where is it? Let me find it in my book. Right, so let me give you a couple of colours that everybody can try. You can see here we've got soft white over here, then we've got stone, taupe, pewter, periwinkle, purple, purple, Cadbury's purple. We've got mint, turquoise, emerald, teal, could be light teal or dark teal depending on your colourings, blush pink and true red. These arguably may or may not work for you, but overall they're pretty good at matching up with most people and you can wear them in all sorts of different ways. This book is Colour Me Beautiful's book. It's an old book now, a little bit dated, but it's a really great little purchase if you can find them for about £6 or £7 online, with a couple of bits about style as well and body shape. So I hope that's been helpful. Later on, I'm going to pop some posts out here all about the psychology of colour. There's so much more I could chat about. I've recorded this a couple of times and cut bits out because I don't want to waste your time. Hopefully, if you're watching, you've worked out that you can go back and forward, and I've left little notes on the top here for you to be able to stop and start where there's relevant bits you want to listen to. And if you do enjoy my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. Ignore my husband's phone's beeping there in the background somewhere. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to talk all about body shape and scale tomorrow. Any questions, pop them below and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.